a Kazakh story about a famous Kazakh folk character called Dede Korkut. Many of you have heard of Korkut. I've experimented a little with different traditions and music in this presentation. And if I have infringed or transgressed on ancestral and traditional and folk boundaries, I apologize. And I'm always, I'm doing it in the spirit of bringing us together, but I'm always open to be guided to something more correct. At the time of the starting of this story, Korkut was a young man. And one night he had a dream. He dreamed death was looking for him. Korkut awoke with a start. I'm too young to die. Death can take me when I'm old. Death can come for me when I'm ready. I'm not ready. He rushed out and he jumped on his beautiful chestnut horse and galloped away. Carry me, horse, he said. Carry me to where there is no death. Familiar theme. The horse galloped, and as they were galloping, they came upon people digging a hole. And Korkut said to them, "What are you digging?" "We are digging the grave of Korkut." Korkut turned the horse the other way and galloped frantically in the opposite direction. He came on another group of people digging a hole. "What are you digging?" "The grave of Korkut." He galloped far and he galloped wide, and everywhere he would come across people digging Korkut's grave. The chestnut horse galloped bravely through storms, sun, wind, snow, rain. And Korkut kept saying, "Carry me, horse, carry me to where there is no death." But everywhere he went, he met death. They were digging his grave. They were waiting for him to come to be in his grave. Korkut appealed to a tree. "Tree, tell me the place where there is no death." "Death is everywhere," said the tree. "Birds peck my fruit. Trees' leaves fall away from me." Korkut appealed to the wide steppe. Tell me where there is no death." And the steppe moaned back to him, "Death is everywhere. Goats eat my grass dry. Horses' hooves pound me." Korkut, desperate, appealed to the mountain. "Tell me where there is no death." The mountain rumbled, "Death is everywhere. Rain lashes me. The winds blow through and about me." Korkut was in despair. He urged his horse on, and the horse galloped boldly wherever Korkut led. And then they came one day to the bank of the river Sir, the Sir Darya. And as they got close to the bank of the river, the beautiful chestnut horse stumbled, and then his legs collapsed, and he fell to the ground. The chestnut horse was exhausted. Korkut ran to the river to fetch water for the horse to drink. The horse was too tired to drink. Korkut held his friend, looked into the horse's eyes, and the horse closed its eyes and died. Korkut held the horse, clutching its mane. We could not find the place that there was no death, my friend. We could not find that place. Korkut took a knife and cut a branch from a tree, and out of that branch he fashioned a pear-shaped box. And then he cut some of his horse's skin, and he attached it over the box. He reached to his horse's mane and cut from the mane and wove 2 long strings that he attached at either end of the box. And then he reached to the horse's tail and cut long hair. And he attached those to a stick. He had made a musical instrument, a horsehair fiddle and bow. Korkut walked into the water and stood on a stone. And then he began to play. And with the first sound of the fiddle, the valley began to resound. And Korkut sang of the life and death of his great chestnut horse. Children heard the song and stopped playing. Old men stopped working. Women put down their knitting. They all ran to where Korkut was singing and stood on the banks of the river, spellbound, listening. Everything began to listen. The rocks began to listen. The wind became still. The river stopped babbling. The flowers moved closer. All of creation listened to Korkut sing. And then Korkut sang stories of princes and warriors, princesses and warriors. He sang stories of eagles and wolves. He sang of all the stories that he knew, of all the history that came pouring into him, of the lives of all the different people whose stories were resonating in the air and around the world, poured into him. And he sang, and he sang, and all the people who heard him came and stood spellbound, listening to his horsehair fiddle and his song. In the back of the crowd, there was a shadowy figure. It was Death. Death came to listen to Korkut and became spellbound. He got completely caught up in these beautiful stories and couldn't move. And a lot of people of that time lived a long time because Death forgot what she was supposed to be doing. Time passed. Korkut grew older. His hair turned white. His back bent over. And one day he knew that his time was coming. His horsehair fiddle was still playing, but he knew that he had to call now on newer songs, different songs. He turned to the north and he said, "Give me your song." And from a tree, a leaf floated down, and on it was a song in the German tongue. And Korkut, who by then had learned all languages, sang that song.
Es ist ein Schnitter, der heißt Tod, hat Gewalt vom großen Gott. Heute wetzt das Messer, es schneit schon viel besser, bald wird reinschneiden, wir müssen's wohl leiden. Hüt dich, schönes Blümelein, was heute noch grün und frisch da steht, wird morgen weggeweht. Die Edelnarzisse, die englische Schlüssel, der schöne Hyazinth, die türkische Wild. Hüt dich, schönes Blümelein. Er machte sogar kein Unterschied, nimmt alles in einen Schnitt. Papst, König und Kaiser, Fürst, Palast und Häuser, Aliens beisammen, man weiß kaum ein Name. Schönes Blümelein.
He is a reaper.
Oh, death.
She's eager. He is a reaper. He is called Death. Wields power granted by the highest God. Today he grinds his knife. Already it cuts better. Soon he'll cut through something, we have to tolerate it. Beware, beautiful flower. What is still green and fresh today will be gone tomorrow. The noble narcissi, the adornments of the grassland, the beautiful hyacinth, the cowslips, the Turkish lilies. Beware, beautiful flower. Many hundred thousands uncounted, victim to the reaping hook. You, roses, lilies, he will kill you. Also, the crown imperials, he will not spare them. Beware, beautiful flower. And then Korkut turned to the west, and he said, "Give me your song." And from the west across the water, the new lands, words came that changed the patterns of the clouds in the sky. And Korkut read the song and sang it.
Oh, death, have mercy. Oh, death, just spare me over, never again. flower in my boom. Make that cuddling down so soon. Oh, death, have mercy. Oh, death, be easy. Oh, death, just pass me over another year. What is this that I can't see? Cold eyes and over me. Stretch my eyes and stretch my limbs. This is the way that death begins. Oh, death, have mercy. Oh, death, be easy. Oh, death, just spare me over another year. Oh, death, have mercy. Oh, death, be easy.
He was getting tired, but Korkut turned to the south. "Give me your song," he said. And a piece of bark came floating by on the water, and Korkut picked it up and sang a song from the Pacific people, the Maori.
Moe ihohal I te poro nei, ka ki te hal I tō wairua, e awhi ana I a hal, ano nei kei te ao nei. Ua mai ko te ua e, ka ua ahal kororo e mata, I heke mai I o ka moe, e nui no te aroha e. Tutuku mai ko te kohu e, ka kite hal I tō wairua, e wheriko ana I a hal, aue te aroha e. Moke nei te marae, kei raro I te kakupauri, e tangi ana tō iwi nei, e te hoa haerera.
As I slept last night, I had a vision of your spirit embracing me, as if it was real. The falling rain are your tears falling from your eyes with abounding love. In the descending mists, I see your spirit, a fleeting wisp. Oh, the sadness. As the winds blow, I hear your voice calling to us, "O my people, farewell." The marae stands lonely, enveloped by these clouds of sadness. The iwi grieves. Farewell to you. Almost at the end now, Korkut turned to the east. He was shaking, weak. One more time he said, "Give me your song." And from the mountains of the Himalayas, the hermits sent him a mantra that burned in a fire that appeared on the mountain opposite him. And Korkut chanted it with gratitude.
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
Om, we worship the three-eyed one, Lord Shiva.
Sugandhim pushtivardhanam,
who is spiritual essence and whose fragrance nourishes all being.
Purvarukamiva bandhanan,
may he sever our bondage to the world like a cucumber freed from its vine. Liberate us from fear of death by showing us that we are never separated from our immortal nature.
Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritan.
The songs resounded all over the world, all over the earth. They raised up into the skies. They went deep into the waters, which sang them again and again as rivers ran over stones. They reached the edges of the world, the outer and the inner. And Korkut listened, and he listened till all the songs became one. And it was no longer his voice singing. And then Korkut said, "Now, I am ready." He took the horsehair fiddle and the bow, and he laid it at the feet of the people who had listened to him all this time. And he let death take him. Dede Korkut sang the song, told the stories of all the world's people. We come and then we leave, camp a while and then we go. For if we did not die, maybe the earth would not be made. When death comes, may it show you grace, may it show you respect, may it take you in peace. Oh, my prince, my Khan. Dede Korkut's grave is at the mouth of the Sir Darya in southern Kazakhstan. They say that whoever sleeps a night beside his grave will become a poet.